Imagine a world where every investment is a step toward a greener, more sustainable future. In this world, Portage Bay stands as the most trusted and credible pioneer in ESG. Today we'll show you how Portage Bay is shaping this future. Let's quickly go through our executive summary. Based on the stated and underlying problems Portage Bay faces, we came up with two solutions, including modularization and the collaboration with the ERP company in supply chain. Let's begin with an overview of Portage Bay. Portage Bay specializes in AI-driven ESG data analysis, advanced benchmarking, and investment tools, operating across 100 plus countries. With a B2B platform model, its mission is to deliver actionable insights that align investments with ESG goals for sustainable outcomes. The stated problem for Portage Bay is how it can differentiate itself and build a sustainable competitive advantage. Based on the challenges in ESG investment, we break down the stated problem into three key challenges. First, how can Portage Bay ensure that their data sources are the most credible? Second, how can Portage Bay meet the diverse needs of its customers? And finally, how can Portage Bay demonstrate their impact to their customers?
Now, let's analyze current ESG market trends and their implications for Portage Bay. Stricter regulations and a dynamic global environment are driving companies to prioritize ESG, and a growing risk of greenwashing will lead to stricter transparency regulations. This implies that AI and data analytics will become essential to handle the increasing complexity of ESG requirements. As a result, we recommended that Portage Bay should take the following four action to differentiate itself as a trusted ESG partner. And on the next page, these two charts further imply the increasing importance among corporates, especially SMEs below 10 billions.
Let's move on to the competitor analysis. We'll discuss from two perspectives, rating agency and consulting firms. First, let's take a look at the major rating agencies such as the Sustainalytics, MSCI, and Refinitiv. They adopt different evaluation method and cover scope. However, the lack of consistent standards across agencies make it difficult to compare ratings. Additionally, the heavy reliance on the agency discretion creates more uncertainty for investors when interpreting these ratings. Next, consulting firms often focus more on helping companies to improve their ESG scores. This approach may lead to the company's lack of long-term improvement plan when addressing the diverse standards.
Now, let's focus on Portage Bay itself for SWOT analysis. Its internal part strength will be the AI algorithms for data processing, comprehensive ESG data coverage from over 200,000 websites over 65 languages, and its alignment with ISSB and industry credibility and networks with experience from BlackRock. Its weakness will be vague customization options, narrow focus on institutional clients, and unclear differentiation from competitors. Also, the less focus on S&G dimensions compared to environmental metrics and operational scalability concerns. For the external part, the opportunities will be ESG data for corporates, increasing demand for ESG data and government mandates for ESG reporting. The threats will be intense established players competition, greenwashing and reputation risks, client skepticism, technological disruption, and regulatory shifts. Based on SWOT, we used TOS analysis to come up with a few options integrated its advantages and innovations. And these will be illustrated in our next solution part.
Okay, next is our solution. Our goal is to use modularization to reach small asset manager and SMEs. And we'll maintain our existing client base of large asset manager and corporates through ERP partnership. Then, we're talking about modularization process flow. Before analysis, we normalize data into comparable metrics to enable consistent analysis and benchmarking. At the same time, we'll leverage AI for cross-validation to ensure data cleaning. In the data integration part, data is first imported and visualized according to the international framework. And at the data analysis, user can select specific factors or modules to assign impact weights and generate a customized report. In the decision-making phase, users utilize the report to decide on potential investment. And the last one is our business model. Fees are calculated based on the usage and module selected. And this provides a preliminary list of ESG factors. And we've also categorized these factors thematically to enhance usability and efficiency. Okay, in this page, we illustrate the implication through the needs of clients in the case. For client 1, their focus is on the carbon and regulatory compliance module. In the regulatory, we leverage AI tools to predict compliance scores for the investment target to enabling the forward-looking decision. And for the client 2, their priority lies in DEI models. So we evaluate the diversity of employees and leadership, assess equity in terms of pay fairness, and the promotion transparency. Last but not least is we integrate financial performance metrics to simulate the ESG-related risks.
Now we can dive into how to generate customized reports for users. Based on their preference settings, AI determines the appropriate benchmarks and conduct the analysis. In the final step, users select the specific report models they wish to generate, which is the customized FRI report, which stands for financial return, risk analysis, and ESG impact. To illustrate this more clearly, let's look at 5 approaches of ESG-oriented investment trends identified in a survey. The first method focuses on financial impact. So users adopting this method should select the financial returns model when generating reports. The third one focuses not only on financial returns, but also sustainability impact. So should choose all the modules to generate 3 different reports. The rest approaches follow the same flow to choose report modules. With modularization, we can now address the challenges faced by client 1 and 2 in the case study. For client 1 who wanted to justify if Amazon should be included in the climate fund, should select the carbon and regulatory compliance modules. Within the carbon module, focus solely on emissions to evaluate carbon intensity. Portage-based AI would then recommend the most suitable benchmark, which in this case would be the carbon emissions benchmark for CSP and e-commerce industry. For additional ESG reputational risk detection, select all 3 FRI modules to support the investment decision-making process. For client 2, who is examining the correlation between organizational gender diversity and firm performance for a gender fund, and whether to include Goldman Sachs in the portfolio, just select the DI module focusing on diversity and equity and put more weight on gender factors. AI will then recommend the gender ratio benchmark for the finance industry. For reports, choose the F module to look at the correlation between gender diversity and financial performance, and assess Goldman Sachs revenue and stock price performance.
In the previous solution, we provide a flexible ESG analysis platform for asset managers, SMEs, and also regulators. To further differentiate PortageBay from other competitors, we have developed a new operational model, collaboration with ERP provider to support corporate supply chain management. Using existing ERP systems, PortageBay algorithm incorporate ESG factors to identify risks and achieve sustainable management in supply chain, which create triple win for PortageBay ERP providers and companies. Let's take a manufacturing company for example. We divide the supply chain into 3 major parts: material management, manufacturing, and sales. Each part is analyzed at 2 levels: hidden risks and potential factors affected by these risks. To illustrate with a scenario, PortageBay algorithm identifies labor rights exploitation by a key supplier. It suggests in material management, diversify sourcing channels; in manufacturing, adopt flexible processes to handle material shortages; in sales, maintain transparency to mitigate risks like consumer boycotts. Based on this scenario, we can see the value of integrating ERP system with PortageBay algorithm, enabling companies to perform more comprehensive and efficient analysis while making informed decisions at every level of the supply chain. Lastly, let's review the risk and mitigation. First is greenwashing risk, which can be mitigated by using data preprocessing or leverage AI to flag and review the discrepancies in reports. Secondly, ERP providers replicating the model. It can be mitigated by applying IP clauses and patents, or emphasizing project-based credibility and unique analytics to differentiate. Thirdly, exclusion of SMEs in supply chain model collaboration. It can be mitigated by offering flexible subscription models or focusing analysis only on a company's most critical risks. And fourth, data privacy and security. It can be mitigated by encrypting data, using secure APIs, and comply with regulations.
Finally, let's sum up our presentation. Through modularization, we tackle issues of inconsistent data by enabling flexible data visualization, customizable impact weighting, and comprehensive report generation. With ERP collaboration, we integrate supply chain data to enhance Portage-based database credibility. Together, these strategies solidify Portage-based position as an ESG leader, making it the go-to platform for actionable, credible ESG insights.